Hi everybody, it's Robin with Uniquely Robins. Today we're going to work on our riser for our kitchen. And this is the board that I'm going to use. This is the one, remember, had the little pop tab hook on it that evidently they had set it on a wall. Or hung it on a wall. I don't know if they had something sitting on it or what, but it looked like they had hung on the wall at the time. So we took that off. And I'm just going to lightly sand this. I'm not worried about getting it really, really smooth. I'm just worried about getting it knocked down just a little bit. Anything that's really high on it. A little heavier handed around the outside edge because I want that to look a little lighter than the rest of it. And I want to hit those corners so that they're not real poking. Try to give them a little bit of a rounded edge. I hope you can hear me over top of this. I'm sorry. This is a noisy process. This is the sandpaper, in case you want to know, is 3M sandpaper. I believe it's professional grade. I think it's 100 grit. I stole it down my husband's garage, so I'm not sure. Of course, it was a piece he'd already used, so. This one has a little piece that's sticking out right here. I'm trying to get sanded back a little bit, so. Want to make something for somebody, we don't want to hurt them in the process. Okay. Okay. I'm going to be making a shadow box here before too awful long of some of the stuff on our vacation that pictures and stuff I took on our vacation. When we go on vacation, I usually try to make a shadow box, a memory box like of it that hang on the wall. I did one for our Deadwood vacation and one for our Nashville vacation. So I want to do that again for this vacation that we just had. So let me know if you're interested in seeing how I do that. Because if you are, then I will do it on camera. If you're not, then I'll just go ahead and do it and won't worry about it. But if you are interested in seeing that process of, you know, how I go about that, just let me know. Now, if I had wanted this to be perfectly sanded and really, really smooth, I would have done it with my handheld sander, but I really don't want that. I just want to back it off a little bit and let some of the character of the wood come out. And I'm going to do that real quickly on the back as well. Get a drink of my coffee so I don't shake it and make it spill. I did find me another cup. It says mornings are rough. It's not as big as the one I had before, but it'll do. And the back of this is really rough. So you can tell they didn't sand the back at all. They did maybe the front a little bit. And still, again, I just want to just take the edge off so that nobody gets it like a splinter. And bring out the really pretty color of this wood. One spot right here that's fuzzy. That looks good. Go across this real quick. this side. And I think that's it. I'm gonna hold this over my trash can and get all my sawdust off of there. I really need to get me another one of these pads. This one has seen some stuff. It's worn out. I'm just gonna give it a really good wipe down. Get any of that sawdust that may be hanging on off. Okay. All right. Now these are my little feet I'm going to put on it. And I'm thinking I'm just going to leave this top, just the raw look of the wood. I will put some cutting board oil on it, which is food grade, just has like beeswax and coconut oil, mineral oil, food grade mineral oil, vitamin E, apply oil and dry for 12 to 24 hours, wipe away excess. So this would be food grade because it's for cutting boards. So if you wanted to put like a cheese tray out, or cheese and crackers, you could put it right on this board after we're done and it won't hurt anything. And these does have some riser like on it because it has these boards that are holding it together. So it brings it up some, but we're gonna put these little feet on it because I want it to stand a little taller than that. And I'm thinking, since we're gonna leave this raw and we're not gonna be putting food on the back side, just the front side, I'm going to whitewash this. I had just a little bit of white paint left in this container. This is Apple Barrel. I believe I got this at Walmart. I need to get some more white paint too. But it's called matte chalk. So, and it's white. So I just added a little bit of water to it and shook it up really well. As you can see, it's getting all over my hands. My lid's not sealing very good. Okay, so I think we're going to whitewash these little feet. And I'm going to set them on this when we're done. Let's get a little brush. And I'm just going to pour a little into this. See, it's very, very thin, so some of the wood will show through because we're just whitewashing. We're not actually painting. But I just think if we give this a little bit of color, it'll just give it a little more personality and stand out a little better. I think when I cleaned this brush, I got it very clean because it's these little feet, I call them, didn't pay anything for these little guys because they were on a set of old dining room chairs on the corners at the top that we threw out and got rid of, and I had my husband pulled them all, cut them all off, or pulled them all off for me. Pulled off the ones he could and cut the ones he couldn't off because I thought they would make very cute little feet, and I really think they will. Okay. That was an experiment there to see how much of it would take off, and it took off quite a bit. I didn't want that much off. But there. So I won't want them, I don't want them to be white. I just want them to look like they were whitewashed. So if you just put some on there and then just kind of dab it around, seems to work better. But you can make them any color you want. You can make them match your board. You could paint them black, anything you want to do with yours, because it's your project. And you know more, especially if you're doing it for your own house, you know more what your style is, and if it's for a friend, you know more what their style is. See, I want them to have the tinge of white, but not, you know, overly done. I'm gonna have to get me a new rag. This one's looking kind of shabby. And you could even sand these down and just stain them if you wanted to. That would be pretty if I just sanded them down and put that ebony stain on them. I do have some of that ebony stain left. I love that stain. It's like almost a black stain. Okay, there's 3. Put these up to dry. Okay. And so you got some on your fingers, so if you see a spot you missed, just touch it up. Okay. I think I need just a little more on this one. And they don't have to match completely. There. That'll be good. I think this guy here needs a little bit more too. Might have got a little heavy-handed when I wiped him off. Oh, it's better. And as they dry, they will suck some of that in. Okay, I will be right back because I do want to wash my hands before I start on this part of the board. So if you hold on 1 second, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Got the paint off my hands. I do need to make sure that I take a marker and write on this whitewash. Well, that marker is not working very well. I'll have to get my other marker, and it's downstairs right now, so I'll remember to do that. And put the lid on a little tighter. But anytime that I do that, I try to write whitewash right on it so I know what it is. I have some over there that I've mixed red with Mod Podge to make a red coat, clear coat like on it. Well, it's not clear because I put red paint in it, but then I mark it on there so that I know what I have and don't think that it's regular paint. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so we're going to, these will not take very long to dry because we just kind of whitewashed them. We didn't actually paint them, so they won't take quite as long to dry. So we will attach our little feet. I'm just debating on whether I want to put anything in the middle, any kind of a design on this first. And I don't really think I do. I think I like it just like it is. So I need to grab my other rag here. I'm going to cut a piece off of it. Still forgot to bring my other scissors up here. Use these. I just want a small rag. There we go. Okay, as we are going to oil this up. I haven't opened this yet. Or did I? Did it. It's just up in there. It's just hiding from me. Okay. And I have never used this before, but it does say shake well before using, so we'll shake it up. And we are going to be making some cutting boards too, some decorative cutting boards, some cutting boards we can actually use. That's why I went ahead and spent the money on this. It doesn't take, this doesn't cost a whole lot and doesn't take a whole lot. That's what you do. You just put it on there and wipe it into the wood. Now, this being an older piece of wood and a dry piece of wood, it is going to soak it up. So we are probably going to put a couple of coats on here before it's all said and done. And I did see somebody on YouTube, they were making tables and stuff out of slabs of wood, those live edge tables, which are beautiful. But if they had a little crack or hole like this in it, they filled that with like a colored acrylic, which was kind of pretty, especially on that redwood one that was really a pretty color. But we're gonna do this whole thing with this stuff. A little, oops, man, that comes out fast, so be careful. It comes out very fast. And like I said, you really don't have to do the back side because you're not going to be putting any food on the back side, but I like my projects to be completely finished. It really brings out the pretty color in that wood. Looks like a whole different piece of wood, doesn't it? I like mine to look a little, I try to always do the backs or the bottoms of things just because, I don't know, I guess I'm just picky. But I just like to see the back of things done. I have plenty of oil still in this rag because it does come out really fast. This is a little rougher wood too, so I am going to put a few more drops on it. Because remember, we didn't sand this backside as well, so it'll get down in them little cracks and crevices. And look how much that brings out the color of the wood. I love the knot hole in there. I think that's cool. But it doesn't look like the same piece of wood anymore, does it? Which is just great. I'm going to put another coat on the top. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay. And that will just soak into the wood and make it happy. It's going to make that wood happy because it's been so dry for so long. All right, I'm going to glue on my legs with the Gorilla Clear Grip glue. And if you don't try to do anything with it while it's drying, it does work and dry very well. The last time, if you remember, I had trouble with them sticking on that box, and it was because I kept pushing on it while it was trying to dry. And I'm going to put these right on the riser that's already on there, because I just want to make it a little higher. And see, I told you, these do not take long to dry when you whitewash. I'm going to try to put these in about the same spots. And this I may measure because I want to get them pretty close. That looks pretty good. I'm trying to judge it by the staples. Just bringing them in just a hair bit from the staples. But you never know, whoever put those staples on there may not have put them on straight. So I always do try to check if it's not something I'm keeping for myself especially. These make perfect little feet. So yeah, if you're getting rid of an old table or anything like that, or a old chair, I really wish I'd have kept the spindles from the chairs. I do still have one on the porch, which I am going to take the spindles from it, and I'm going to use the seat because I'm going to make a big cutting board out of the seat of it. I wasn't sure if we were going to get rid of the one with the handle of the arms or not. Now, I know this isn't going to hold this just yet. I just want to make sure that it looks even. And it does. Get off there. So there we have it. Our little, cute little riser. And you can set risers, you can set, like I said, you can set them out with some crackers and cheese on it, a little bit of grapes or what have you. You can pretty much put any kind of food on it and set it out. Or you can just set it in your kitchen and set, you know, a couple little canisters or some cute little knickknackies on it. And it is just adorable. And I just love them. I think they are just so cool. I will, after these legs dry, put another coat of the oil on it. See, apply oil, dry for 12 to 24 hours, wipe away the excess. Doesn't say that you have to put more than one. Nope. Doesn't say that you have to add more than one, but we'll see once it dries. If it looks still a little dry and thirsty, I'll put another coat on it. But yeah, very cool. You can, if you're just going to use it for a riser, you're not going to put any food on it at all ever, you can decoupage a pretty napkin to the top of it. You can decoupage about anything you want to the top of it and give it a little decoration on there if you want to. You can paint the top if you want to. A lot of people will paint it with like a white paint and then wipe some of it off so it kind of looks like a whitewash. You can stain it a different color if you want. There's just so many things you can do with these. But they are just adorable sitting in, especially a country kitchen. With plain wood like this in a country kitchen. They're just adorable. And yeah, I like them. I think that one needs to come up just a hair bit. These are still wet, so I want to I think these need to go up a little bit. There we go. Just want them to be straight. just a tiny bit. There, so it looks a little more here to here and here to here. Now let's see. See? Because we don't want it to be too wobbly. Good. Alrighty, so there you have that. I'm not sure what project we're going to work on next, but we have several to work on. Oh, and I also got, oh, what's it called? Let me grab it real quick. I was thinking this was it, but maybe it's not. Oh no. These are dried flowers here. And we are going to make some soap with these dried flowers. So that'll be coming up before too long. Maybe this is it. Nope. Alright, well I'll have to find it. I'll go back through my order and make sure I ordered it and make sure I got it. But I ordered some crystals that you put flower petals down in to dry, and they suck up all the moisture out of the flower, but it doesn't change the color of the flower, supposedly. So we're going to try that and dry some flowers that we're going to use. You remember these little shadow boxes that we got, and we made sure we could get the words off the glass, which no problem, it came right off. But we are going to use these little shadow boxes, and we're going to put some dried flowers in them to hang on the wall, which I think will be really pretty. And I have pink gomphrena in my backyard, which dries beautifully, just air dries beautifully, and keeps its color and everything. So we're going to put a bouquet of those in one, so we won't have to dry those because they'll dry right in the box. And with these boxes having the little slits in the bottom of them, it does let some air in there so that they can dry out quicker. And then once they dry completely out, we can seal that up. And then my hydrangeas that I have out front, my bobo hydrangeas, they dry really pretty. So we will probably put some of those in one. But we're going to try to dry some other flowers too, just to see how this stuff works. I'm trying to think of what I have out back. I think I still have some roses out there. I know I have some petunias out there. What else do I have out there that's in bloom right now? I do have a couple clematis out there. I think I have two different kinds of clematis. And my hibiscus may still be blooming. So that one would take a lot of stuff to cover. Because I guess what you do with this stuff is you put it in put a little bit in the bottom, you put your flowers in, and then you cover them completely. And then you leave them set for so long. And I think it takes a couple of weeks for them to dry completely out. So that's why I said we can use the pink gomphrena I have out there and the hydrangeas that I have and make a couple of boxes so you know how to make them. And then if it turns out really nicely in this stuff, then I will tell you exactly the stuff to get if you want to do those. But yeah, there's our little riser. Show the ladies below some love. Have a great day, guys. God bless you all. Bye-bye.